Well, hello, and welcome to Watch What Crappens, the podcast for all that crap we love to talk about. Honey, yo, bravs. I'm Ronnie. That's Ben over there. Hi, Ben.
Hi, Ronnie. How are you?
Good. Welcome to your show. You're looking very handsome today.
Thank you. Welcome to your show. You're looking very handsome. Your new set looks beautiful. I've been complimenting you all week. Your lighting is just divine. It is like very professional. You know, here I thought I had caught up by plopping this green screen behind me and getting some lights, and I'm like, I can finally look halfway decent. I pretend like I'm in a fancy room. It's just a virtual screen. And then there goes Ronnie with this beautiful, sumptuous light. Good for you.
Listen, you did perfect. You did the right thing. A green screen is the way to go. I mean, that room looks beautiful, and no one would know it's green screen unless you said it. So,
well, thank you. Unless I wore my other sweatshirt that I was going to wear today, and then I would have been a floating head, which I think one day I am going to wear a green sweatshirt, and I'll just be a floating head on the show, and I don't care.
Well, actually, everybody, Ben is wearing a now famous shirt. It's black and white horizontal stripes. Is it normally a no-no on a gay? Of course. Does Ben give a fuck? He doesn't. He's paying tribute to the gays in the airport who went viral last week.
Oh, you're right.
Getting stuck at the airport. And one of them had a fit at the gate agent, and the gate agent would not let them on the flight. And the other gay was like, "You stop it. Do you want to get home to Shelby and Dolly? Do you? Do you want to get
American Airlines just fucked us. Ladies and gentlemen, American Airlines just fucked. And fuck you, bitch, in the wheelchair."
This lady in the wheelchair
it's basically
is like,
me and Ronnie when we travel.
Guys, calm down. It's like, "Oh, fuck you, bitch."
So good. You're right. Actually, technically, this is actually a blue shirt, but because I'm doing green screen, it peels away some of the color, so it's more resembling.
Yeah, you're paying tribute.
And that was in the Charlotte airport, by the way. So, of course, it was in the Charlotte airport.
I mean, what are you having a fit in the Charlotte airport? You can go sit in a rocking chair.
Sit in a rocking chair.
Isn't that the whole point of that airport?
There's a Panda Express and a Burger King right next to each other. There's a TCBY. The only TCBY I've seen in 30 years is in the Charlotte airport.
Literally go sit next to the Mima knitting shit for her grandbaby who's being nursed in the next rocking chair. It's a lane of rocking chairs. Calm down, gays.
Wait, didn't we actually do a bonus episode in the Charlotte airport?
We sure did. We've done a couple, actually.
Yeah.
Airport judgment snaps.
You know, it's funny that we're talking about Charlotte because that's where JT's mom lives, isn't it? Or no, well, that's where they've gone to on Southern Charm. And we're talking about Southern Charm today. What a segue. But first, before we talk about Southern Charm, Ronnie, do you have anything to tell us? Do you have anything special to tell us?
Monday. We are announcing ticket links and the date. Well, the date for sure. Who knows?
Who knows
with our people? Dates. We're announcing the date and the location of the Crappie Awards, the Golden Crappies, the 2024 Golden Crappie Awards. They're going to be bigger than ever. They're going to be more gorgeous than ever. This year, Bravo has tried to do their own awards show, to which we say, "Ha ha! Oh, just you wait, Henry Higgins." We will show you how it has been done and how it will remain being done.
That's right.
And how it will always be did. Okay? At the Golden Crappie Awards, coming soon. We'll tell you Monday. Join us on Instagram to follow us on Instagram, and we'll tell you there. And also on that recap, which will be Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay.
Yeah. And, you know, will Annette Bening be there? Can't say for sure, but stay tuned to find out.
Annette Bening. I love that's who you jump to.
I'm like, I every year I just want some random actress to be there.
Saltburn? How about Salt Lake City burn?
I just want to say another thing about the Crappies too. I think sometime over the weekend I will probably post up a few stories that'll be like, hey, what are your like favorite Bravo moments or Bravo stars or Bravo villains? Because we need to start assembling the ballot. And like, you know, we've been jotting down notes all year round, but it's hard to remember. So we're going to put up something on our Instagram. Go follow Instagram.com/watchwhatcrappens. And we're going to get all that info, and we're going to try to we're going to actually do 2 rounds of voting this year. I'm really excited. It'll be like a big round that'll whittle it down. And then this way the categories will not be so monstrously huge as they have in the past few years. So help us out and keep an eye out for those questions.
Yeah, thanks for being here and listening, you guys. We are #1 in TV and film today, which has been very exciting because there has been another podcast who's been number one, and we've been wanting to beat them so bad. Murder in Boston, which is, nothing against them. I'm sure they're great, obviously. But we've been wanting to beat them so bad, and we finally did today. So no offense to you guys, but yay to us. And we're right next to, on the overall charts, we're right next to Wiser Than Me with Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Wow.
Which is pretty impressive. We're number 62 in the country. So,
my
guys,
God.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Salt Lake City. Thank you, Jesus.
Wait, I'm sorry, Ronnie.
Thank you to our agents.
Ronnie. I just got a crazy text. Murder in Boston is Monica. I can't even believe it. Does she ever stop?
We're going to have so much Monica to talk about in Crappy Hour Live Monday. Let's stop advertising things because people really do come here to listen to recaps.
I know. We just have like a lot. We're excited. We're excited. There's like a lot on our plate, y'all.
We're excited. Sorry we make you I listened to another podcast the other day and I was like, this guy won't stop talking about his show dates. I stopped listening in 20 seconds. You know why? Because I am the leader of the Hippocrat Party. Okay. We do it for 10 minutes at a time. But you know what?
But this is exciting stuff. This is actually our most interactive show.
Listen, I'm not
you know what? And everyone's involved and everyone's a part of it. And, it's going to be a great time. So,
it's your show too. Okay. This is advertising for your own shows.
Everyone's show. We all come here together. We can have a show. We're all doing a show. Okay.
Right,
so it's one of those days.
Let's get into it.
Oh, another thing. This is actually not promoting anything. This is something to let listeners know. We are gonna, unless we run out of stamina, we're gonna check in on Southern Hospitality at the end of this recap. So if you're wondering, we're gonna do a little check-in.
We're still loving Southern Hospitality. It's a great show. We do not mean to diss it over here. There's just too much going on. There's too much, and that's it. So we're still watching it, but we'll talk about it a little at the end, like Ben said. Of this, I don't need to repeat everything Ben said and then complain that it's taking too long. You see how I am? All right, let's get into it. Now, this is not just a Southern Charm recap. This is also a Ronnie admitting what a stupid fuck he is episode. Welcome, everybody. It's like finding the star on the Tootsie Roll wrapper. It doesn't happen often, but here we go.
What happened?
So the last one we did not have the screener. We didn't have the full episode before we went on Christmas break. So we just did the 6-minute trailer that they show on Bravo, or Bravo releases. So I was bored, basically. I'm like, in this show, I've had enough, and Olivia, it's too much. Like, I don't want to listen to Olivia scream at Austen. How shocked are we that Olivia's going to scream at Austen? I'm over it. You know Austen's like this. She's milking it. That was my opinion, okay? I was like, how much are we going to torture this girl Taylor, who deserves every lick of it, by the way? But how much, just let it go. Let the show end. I'm over it. So then, the second after that 6-minute clip ends... Olivia goes to her room. So after our recap ends, I've just left for Christmas going, I'm fucking tired. Olivia's a whiner, basically. So then we go to the commercial break. We come back from commercial break. Taylor is on the phone talking to her brother, and Olivia is sobbing, legit sobbing, not fake sobbing. So I was like, oh, she's not milking it. She really is upset. So at first I was already like, of course we come back from commercial and I'm immediately wrong. This is so me, right? So then she goes and she hears what Taylor is saying on the phone, and Taylor is saying on the phone, oh, whatever, I regret nothing. And it's not like she was ever with Austen anyway. She never had anything going on with Austen. I regret nothing. Like, Taylor went and had her full fucking villain edit on that balcony, and I just finished saying Olivia's full of shit. So you know what? I'm a big person, but...
Wait, so
I'm big enough to admit that I was wrong. Okay.
Wait, no, I'm confused though. I'm confused with your emotional arc. So Taylor has a villain edit moment on the balcony. Why is that redemptive for you with Olivia?
It's not redemptive for me. I was wrong with Olivia. I was saying Olivia is being like, she's milking it.
Oh, and
at this point, I'm not believing that Olivia even cares anymore. She couldn't possibly still care. But then, and also I was kind of like, what's the big deal? I was kind of minimizing it, in other words. Mm-hmm. But then we see Olivia crying, and she's really crying. So I was like, okay, she wasn't just milking it. Like, she's really upset. She's hyperventilating upset. And then, Taylor does not deserve any breaks. She was like, those kids, I would have gotten away with it too.
And yet, you know what? You know what? It would have made Taylor less of a villain, and actually I think would have been sort of redemptive, would have been when she did stand up and do her thing, or any of the number of moments. I mean, she should have just said, it would not have been smart, actually. And as I say this, it would not be smart because she has been struggling to eat humble pie. But she should have just said at some point, not to her brother, but to someone like, you guys weren't even a thing. Because by the way, isn't that what we all thought? Isn't that what we all watched? They went on like a few dates. They got like some sort of cheesy tots at a bar someplace. Are they not? There was a dog wedding. They were not together at the dog wedding. She brought a hot guy that we never even saw again. Then he went and hooked up with Sierra, and then they talked by a marsh, and then they were like, maybe we should do something, maybe not. And then they had a reunion where they're like, maybe we're together, They never were anything. And Taylor's right about that. And the thing is that like Taylor should have just been like, she should have just at a certain point, should have just said, you know what? Fuck you guys. You guys were never anything, and you're making me have to grovel right now. What I did was wrong, but also you guys were nothing in the first place.
Well, either way, it worked out how it worked out. It's just funny because I was like, Ben, we should do the first 6 minutes before we go on break. And then, of course, we do it. And I was like, I
was glad.
On my fucking face. Okay.
So you know what? So, because of course, by the way, we didn't mention that Olivia then goes into Taylor's room and then has such an Olivia tell-off moment. She's like, speak quieter next time. I can hear everything. And then like runs off.
Yes, I can't hear every word you're fucking saying, and throws something across the room. I think her mic pack, but she threw it across the room. And something else while we're on the were they, weren't they, is this even a real thing that she should be upset about? Someone pointed out the fact that we take 20 pages of notes on an hour of TV and still miss details. Like, this is a big one. I never noticed that Olivia has been wearing such a very similar version of the Ariana revenge dress from Scandival in her. I didn't really notice that it was so similar and that they're trying to make this like a big Scandival. We knew that they were like trying to play on the Scandival thing, but guys, you're no Scandival. Yeah. Okay.
Well, Scandival is 2023 right now. It's all about reality Vontees anyway.
It's a Dundaval. Okay,
I'm happy with
Dundaval.
Well, Southern Hospitality is trying to do Scandival, but we'll get to that. So I'm happy we only recapped the first 6 minutes of last week's episode because honestly, after this, what we recapped and this thing that we're talking about now, then the rest of the episode was literally just like nothing. It was like let's just like paddle along till we get to the finale. It was like Paige and Craig having a dinner party with Madison and Brett, pretending to be grown-ups. Paige holding her nose, pretending she's enjoying being in Charleston yet another day. And that was basically it.
She's like, wow, modern farmhouse. Maybe I can get married to Craig. I'm like, okay. Am I supposed to fall for that? What else happened? Oh, well, the big thing that happened before 4, right, was... Oh, no, I guess we recapped this in the first 6 minutes where Taylor, it's like dun, dun, dun. Taylor stands up and she's like, I'm going to end this once and for all.
Yeah.
Can I have some bread? The continuation was she said nothing. Okay. That was the big ending. But yeah, not a whole lot happened. But now here we are at episode 915, Beyond the Valley of the Southern Dolls.
Yeah, beyond. Yeah. Because, So it opens up with the image that we've all been waiting for. Austen Kroll making a smoothie in a robe, but he doesn't have milk. Of course, this is the metaphor for his life. He's just chopping up beautiful, delicious things and then not even giving them the nurturement that they need to really flourish.
In his sad makeshift Hugh Hefner robe.
And when is he going to learn how to make crullers? I mean, the brand is right there with your name, for crying out
loud. So really, you wouldn't even have to use milk if you're Austen. Just look into the container and start saying your vows. You'll fum it up in no time. Okay.
Yeah.
So Taylor is with her little dog, Penelope, who I feel like should be taken away and given to a decent home, don't you?
Or at least,
do we really ever see Penelope doing anything except these fake scenes where what you're giving her eyes? A, that's putting an eating disorder on your dog. B, you're always at Leva's bar with your damn day chaser, okay? You're even on Southern Hospitality again. You thirsty
promoting
ass
day chaser.
Go home. Yeah, it's so sad. Go home. Spend time with your children.
I don't care who Penny is with. I just want her to be what I always forget. What's the lady term for being neutered?
Oh,
Spayed,
you're
fixed,
very
whatever it
wrong
is.
for doing that. For
Why?
saying that. Because you're so judgmental about dogs. You're so mean to them.
I
You're
know
not
Eddie
supposed to get your
Animal.
dog-
Eddie
You're not
Animal.
supposed to get your dog spayed until like they've had 4 periods or something.
Oh well, I didn't know that. Then fine. If you could have told me that a few weeks ago.
Well, I didn't know either, but you really went there, and you really went. And I was like, you know what? I support hatred. I love it.
Well, I just felt
But then we got a lot of
irresponsible.
emails where people were like, "Dumbasses, don't you know how dogs work?"
Well, no.
we
Well,
don't
now
know
I'm
how
educated.
dog
Thank you.
vagina or how dog periods work. We don't know how human periods work. Would
I
you
don't
expect
even
us to know
know.
dog periods?
Listen, okay. Well, I've learned. I'm sorry.
But also, I took Xena, my dog, before Bueller. I had Xena for 16 years. Ghost Xena. I love you, Xena. I miss you. Sorry I replaced you. But Xena was a girl, and I got her spayed. I mean, right when I got her, because I thought that's what you're supposed to do. And even worse, I took her to a mobile spayer where they set up in like the parking lot, like a Big Lots. And you go and you donate $20.
Not a Big Lots parking lot.
So I was broke. And
Hey, but you know
everyone's
what?
like, it's so important. Bob Hope was like, don't forget to do it. And Betty White was like, don't you dare, you little cunt.
And where are they now?
Don't you dare forget to spay your pet. So I did.
Listen, Xena lasted 16 years. That's a huge amount of time.
That's right.
And so, you know what? I think it all worked out in the end.
Yeah, and I'm 48, and my mother smoked a pack of cigarettes a day and drank a bottle of wine a day, which she brags about constantly. And look at me, I'm doing great. So,
Well, I'll tell you who else is doing great. Craig! Little Craig, that is. Shep is feeding little Craig. And now Whitney goes...
no, I'm sorry. We can't just go. We can't pass. I'm sorry. I'm going to make Ben even crazier than usual today.
It's okay.
But
It's not like I'm
did you
sick.
notice what... You're never going to get off the hook on this show. You could be hit by a car, and I would put a microphone in front of your face in the crosswalk. Like, Ben, what did you think of it?
You talk. I have to tend to my instrument with this tea right now.
Okay, Celine. Well, Celine gets to that. Shep is feeding his dog. Okay. I put Shep is in a terrible shirt, eating meat from the bag while feeding his sad dog. He just gave him cheese. He put salami and cheese in the bowl. He put shredded cheese. Who does that? You don't give your dog cheese. Come on.
I did not
Even I
notice
didn't
that.
know that, and I had my dog spayed at the Big Lots parking lot sale.
Wow, that does not seem prudent. I think there's a lot of dog mismanagement happening on this show.
There is. There are people who shouldn't be raising dogs, and I don't think he raised. I think this is like it for him, because once they stop shooting, he's sending that dog back to his mother's, and we all fucking know it.
We all know it. Yeah.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
I always like to begin the year by clearing out my closet, but this year I'm also upgrading it with pieces that will last beyond the season from Quince.
Quince creates timeless essentials that never go out of style. You'll have them in your closet forever.
Quince has all the must-haves like 100% Mongolian cashmere crew neck sweaters from $59, 100% leather jackets, and fitted pants.
And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. I love that.
I got a beautiful wool jacket from there. I look so handsome. Like everywhere I go, people are like, "Oh my God, you're so hot." And I'm like, Quince. Thanks, Quince.
Yeah, I have a really cool overshirt, and I also got a really chic bracelet. And honestly, I felt very stylish, which is a rare thing for me.
Upgrade your closet with Quince. Go to quince.com/crappens for free shipping and 365-day returns on your order. That's QUINCE.com/crappens to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/crappens.
So then we go over to Whitney. Whitney is FaceTiming Shep. And he's like, "Hey, mother, I'm just going going over some details about the soiree next week to christen my new cottage/pub/office. And then it turns out he's calling everyone, and he's inviting them to he calls up at one point when he's talking to Taylor, he says, yeah, the theme is Russ Meyer's arty 60s softcore porn movies. Do you think that Taylor is going to know who the hell Russ Myers is?
Nobody does.
She doesn't even know who Oscar and Myers is.
Nobody knows. Okay, that's why it's so funny. Whitney, like, trying to have this like young swinging party. It's like, babe, come on. He's like, hopefully, Katharine Hepburn will come.
I know.
Surely she's still around.
And he tells Austen, he's like, if you can be inspired by Return to Valley of the Dolls or Faster Pussycat Kill Kill, that would be great. And Austin's like, yeah, I'll be sure to Google that. I'm like, this guy, his frame of reference, the farthest it goes is Maverick, you know?
Doesn't he make like Step Brothers comments all the time? I mean, that's who you're talking.
No, I meant Maverick, the one with James Garner in the 90s.
Oh, I don't think even that far. I think Austin's pretty much like he's going to give you a Minions quote, you know?
Yeah. By the way, fun fact: Beyond Valley of the Dolls, written by Roger Ebert.
Wow, there you go.
That I think is a legitimately fun fact. It's a fact. That's kind of fun.
That is a fun fact. Yeah, it is fun. He's dead. Okay, so then we go to the seafood house, and Olivia is in a Gucci jacket and sunglasses, and she's meeting Leva, and we find out that it's her brother's jacket, which is sweet. And Leva just hates being anywhere. Why is Leva on this show? I still don't understand. Leva shows up with this tight smile, like, well, look at that. Love your jacket.
I love disdain. Listen, this is a selling point for me with Leva. I don't know. I have actually no problems with Leva. I have to admit, I really have no problems with her. She shows up. I get as much Leva as I need per episode, and moves on.
Okay, well that's fair enough. So then, they sit and have a talk, and they're at a counter service restaurant. I'm kind of embarrassed for them because it's Southern Charm. I feel like, don't you feel like you would demand 3-course meals every time we went to eat in Southern? Well,
there's two tiers. Don't forget, there's 2 tiers in this cast, which is hilarious. This is truly a caste system. There are the actual wealthy cast members, Shep and Whitney. Actually, it's just them because Thomas isn't there anymore. And then you have the peons. So Shep and Whitney go to restaurants. The peons go to fast casual.
Yeah. Well, there they are. And they serve gluten-free soup. So that's good. Sounds delicious. So Olivia's like, well, oh my God. Like, these tables are so low. Aren't they low? Because, like, you sat in it and you said how low it was. And then when I, walked in the restaurant, I was like, this table is low. This table is low. Aren't they low?
And then Leva has purchased a Jamaican soda, which was probably intentional. And she's like, it has a strange aftertaste in it. And Olivia's like, sounds like our trip. Ha ha ha. So Leva's basically saying, like, I was wondering how healthy it was for you to be in Jamaica with Austen. And Olivia says, well, I've been so focused on working on a friendship to have him in my life. But then I feel him saying the things he thinks I want to hear. Like, yeah, this table is really low. And he just knows the right things to say.
You need better right things to say. I see it. That's my advice. Get better right things to say. Because we see what she means, and he's saying, at the end of the day, I do love you, Olivia. I do love you. That's not what I need to hear somebody say. I need to hear somebody say, don't worry about keeping your phone open. I've got the Domino's tracker open on my phone. They're 7 minutes away. Hector is 7 minutes away. Okay. That's the right words to me. I just need more than, like, I love you. Who cares? Who cares if you love me? Feed me.
I do appreciate Leva saying, when Olivia's like, well, I've been working hard on this friendship, but I feel like Austen just says what he just says what he thinks sounds right. And Leva saying, that's so wrong, knowing where you're at. Like, I'm just glad someone finally said to her, you realize this is fucked up. This is not right. And then Leva tells us that basically Olivia's in a really fragile place, and that everyone should be really conscious of what you're saying to her and acting around her, because her feelings are very in a sensitive place.
Yeah, and she's like, yeah, well, it is real weird because, like, I'm inconsistent with my feelings because, like, 1 minute I'll be saying to him, like, I hate you, but then the next minute we're, like, cracking jokes and, like, flirting with each other, and then we see their, like, whirlwind romance of flirtation where he's like, ha ha ha, and she's like, ha. It's just that kind of idiotic flirtation that nobody else really understands. And I will still stand by this, that they might end up together one day because they both have the same mouth actions when they eat.
They do. They really do. It's jarring to see those tongues working together without even touching. So Olivia's like, being around him, I'm like, let me rewire things. I don't want to fight every time I see him, so let me figure out the friends thing. Which again, so like, I know I do this every week. It's like, why does like Austen get a pass and Taylor doesn't? And I'm not saying Taylor should get a pass, but like, again, why do you even care to be friends with him? Like, why do you need to rewire him? You're like, oh, I don't want to fight with him when I see him. Well, you also probably don't want to fight with Taylor, but you're not putting in any effort with Taylor. So I just feel like I hate that Olivia gives Austen second passes. It's less about Taylor. It's more about further evidence that this is how he fails upwards in life.
Yeah, it is. But, and this is something that kind of takes away from the enjoyment of just pretending everything's real at all times. But this show is really evident. This episode is really evident. I mean, look, she needs to stay on the show. She wants to be on the show. She doesn't live there. She lives in LA. She comes to Charleston to do the show, right? I mean, I think everybody pretty much knows that by now. Or she's very rarely in Charleston. She's basically back there to do the show. It didn't work out with Austen. They brought on a new love interest for her, which was Rod. He's like a spluttering fail. Like, I don't even know how, he's not even a big fail. He's just like a sad, wet fart of a fail. And so that's not going to work. And she needs somebody to shoot with on the show. Like, who's it going to be? I mean, they cannot keep building another season around Taylor and Olivia. They just can't do it. So I think she's just trying to work things out with Austen to have someone to shoot with, because Taylor's doing the same thing. Taylor is looking so desperate, but she wants to still be on the show. So she's going to keep going with, I'm going to fuck Austen or I'm going to fuck Shep. One of these is going to work out. And then you've got JT, who's just like trying to pin everything on Taylor. It's like you're trying to pin your hopes on someone who's trying to pin their hopes on someone, all to get your gluten-free soup for free at the end of the day.
I don't think it's purely show motivated. I do believe that like Taylor has some major damage and she's like drawn to she must have daddy issues. She's drawn to like Shep and I think that she saw a future. She saw like a family and kids and all this stuff, and he's this wealthy guy and everything was going to be great. I think she was drawn to that. I think she's had a really hard time getting over the fact that like that was an illusion, and I think that she likes Austen because he's tall and he says the right things, and she's very susceptible to like, if you say the right thing to Taylor, she's going to fall for you unless you're under a certain height threshold. And so I don't think it's purely that Taylor has ulterior motives of like, I just want to be on this TV show. I think that like if she really wanted to be on the TV show, if that was her pure, true motivation, I think she would work harder to actually have a personality. So I think that like that could certainly be in the mix, but I think that it's like I would not.
In the South, I mean, Austen's personality is that he's tall and blonde, and her personality is that she's pretty and blonde. Sometimes that's really all you need in the South. Okay?
Sometimes that's all. You're right. Sometimes that's all you need to get by in many places, not just the South.
I mean, the fact that she was out and she met Shep and Austen in one night, and Austen supposedly said, if you don't take her home, I'm going to take her home. I mean, that's what they said on the show a few weeks ago. I mean, to me, it's like, to me, it's show motivated. I mean, why else would you talk to Shep and Austen?
I don't know. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of, there's a lot of mysteries in this world. So
it's like math. I don't have to understand it to know it's there. Okay.
Yeah. This is specifically like calculus, and specifically the part of calculus that pertains to derivatives. So, and limits. So Olivia is saying that I think I was hanging on to the tiny shred of hope that Austen would change, but after Jamaica, I'm done with him. And by I'm done with it, I'm going to go watch Step Brothers at his house later tonight.
Yeah, well, it's also the end of the season, so it's pretty easy for everybody to finally be like, and now I'm finally done with fucking Taylor, okay? Now I'm finally, on the last day of shooting, I'm now done with Taylor. So JT's event space, which, he's probably living in this. At this point, he's just living. Like we just accepted that he's just living in his mother's event space, right?
Yeah. So I've really, really enjoyed JT this season. I think he's been a great addition to the show, and I really like he brings like a different energy for the men. That being said, I am a little concerned, and I'm actually more than a little concerned. I'm quite concerned about his like Kyle Cook, Tom Sandoval, like silliness on camera shtick that he sort of is leaning into. I don't like when those guys do it anyway, but I also feel like JT, you just got here, so you really like. I don't feel like you've earned the goofy thing just yet, and I don't even think it should be something that should be earned. I don't think we should have it, but like. You know, it's like Kyle Cook putting on the wig and all that stuff. You just like roll your eyes. You're like, oh, okay. So that's what JT's doing in this scene. He's like, hey, Rod, come on over. Like, check out this. This is the look I'm going to wear to the 60s party. And so he's got like his leather vest on and he's like, it's all tight on him. He's like, what do you think? What do you think, Rod?
Yeah, JT is terrifying to me because I feel like he's a scary stalker. Also, I did just watch Saltburn. And there are some similarities, I'm just going to say. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it. It was good. I mean, it wasn't the most brilliant thing in the world. It was good. Yeah. Was worth a watch. Kind of about JT.
Kind of about Monica also. People are comparing it to Monica.
JT, there's more of the sexual element as well, where Monica, that's a huge part of the movie, and that's missing, I think, from the Monica comparison. But you watch it and you tell me. Okay, well, I'm not just going to diss everybody's Monica comparison.
I guess I see what you're saying though, in the fact that like I could imagine JT enjoying a certain beverage.
Yes, and just the whole like waiting until someone has finished bathing to like slurp up that, you know, it's just like you can kind of imagine it because his ex-girlfriend, we had mentioned this, his ex-girlfriend was on TikTok saying that he was kind of a stalker and that he moved to Charleston in some kind of an RV or something down by the river, and basically stalked the cast to be their friends and get on this show. So he does have that Saltburn kind of element going on. And what was the other thing about it? Yeah, there's the thing that scares me about him is the obsession with Taylor. I don't like it. My prediction has always been he's one of those guys that pretends I'm the nice guy. You know, it's the nice guy narrative. I'm the nice guy. Nice guys never win. And if you don't like me, it's because you're a dumb bitch. You know, and I've been waiting for that part to come out, and it does come out a little bit today. And I'm not shocked that I'm right about somebody, but I'm worried because that only gets worse. It doesn't get better with people, you know?
Well, I would not be surprised if JT is like doing the fake nice guy thing. But for right now, all I have is the nice guy thing from him. So I'm actually okay with it. And if next season, you know, he is then unmasked, then great. I'm excited for it. Yeah. I'm happy to.
Listen, I love your attitude, and I think it's a very difficult job for you today because every person we mention, I'm just shitting on them and telling you why I hate them, and then you're like, no, here's why they're not hateable. And I think that's good. We need that because
I'm not saying here's why
what's wrong with me. It's like 2024, and I'm like, you know what? He's a stalker, possibly a murderer.
No. It's what it is what's very funny, and this often happens, is that you have more of a conspiratorial view of people of like, well, I don't trust them because they're only saying this to be on the show. Oh, don't trust her. The way she just chose a Sprite, but she secretly likes 7-Up, but she did that because she wanted to be on the show. Where I'm like, I like that she would drink Sprite, you know? I'm like very much like whatever the show gives me, I'll accept. But the thing is though that I'm the one who usually winds up having to eat crow. I'm the one who like I'll be like, I love this person, and then all of a sudden it's like this person is a racist, and I'm like, well, all right, there we go.
Yeah. You wait for the proof. I don't wait for the proof. Which is good, you know. So then we go. I mean, for you, not for me. I'm a terrible person.
I like getting that. I like having a narrative fed to me and just accepting it. Be like, great. I like the story that you're telling me. Maybe not good for life, but like, I enjoy it. You know, it's like I'm a wrestling fan. I love the Hills. You know, I don't care if you just package the content the way you want to package it and give it to me, and I will accept it. Unless I decide I don't want to accept it, which I also always reserve the right to suddenly be like, no. But you know, that's who I am.
Yeah, I hear you. I love who you are. You know, there's no reason.
I love who you are.
I trust who you are. There. How's that?
I trust who you are too.
Even though you're literally only talking to me right now to be on a show. Still. I'm kidding.
The only reason why Ben's been talking to Ronnie for 12 years is so we can be on a podcast.
Okay, so JT's sad mom's event space really does not even listen to his mother. For someone who says mommy and pretends that he respects his mother so much, he still has that terrible couch with those terrible pillows. Both are offensive. I'm his mommy covering my face with my pashmina during this scene.
Yeah, so basically JT, he's got a lot on his mind. He finally gets out of his towel and puts on some clothes, but he's sort of in his costume. And he's like, well, I guess I'll lie down for this, right? Because it's like therapy. So I'm like, stop it. No. You've not earned a fake therapy scene. You sit in that sofa properly and do your scene. So then he's basically talking to Rod about it. And he's talking about how, you know, he's always had feelings for Taylor, but like now he's realized they're not just like a little crush. It's like they're real. They're real feelings. I'm pretty sure it was fairly evident they were real feelings since the very first episode when you started getting mad at the guys for how they were treating Taylor.
Yeah, you went into this friend group, you liked one of their girlfriends, and you've been pining for her ever since. I don't know what's so confusing, but you probably should go to a real therapist. Now, before I say this next part, I'm checking my own nose for boogers because JT has a bat in his cave during this scene. Also, my face is peeling off because I got a chemical peel. Hi.
And I'm vastly unshaven because I have a cold this week. And when I have a cold, I become insolent. And I'm like, I'm not going to do anything, you know, including shaving.
So these two nerds that keep amping each other up until one of them is in prison. That's my note for this scene. Because JT's like, you think she likes me? And Rod's like, definitely. You should totally make a move. He's like, really? You think she likes me? Yeah, bro. Go for it. You know what you should do? Propose in front of everybody. That's what you should do. You know what you should do? You should take her up onto the very, very top of the Swiss Alps where she can't get away and then propose to her.
Yeah, so JT is like, you know what? I'm going to tell her. I'm nervous. Can you tell? Like, listen, tonight, okay, I'm not going to say hello to Austen. I'm not bringing up how I feel about Taylor. I'm just going to go to the party and have a few snacks and go on my way. And Rod's like, hey, bro, you stuck that Austen comment in there real slyly, huh? And he's like, yeah, well, I just don't have any respect for Austen. I mean, candidly, if I never say another thing to him for the rest of my life, I am good with that.
And I realized in Jamaica that Austen cares about no one but himself. Deep down, he's a self-serving, insecure, me-first coward. Okay, you're not wrong, but you're also chasing someone that is like pretty obviously not into you, which kind of shows that you also only kind of care about yourself, which also goes to show that you're probably good casting. Because one thing I will say about JT that I can see for the future is he's going to get a lot worse. So good job casting. I feel like he's a little try hard right now, but I think
it's
overall
good.
It's good casting.
It's good energy. Like, you know, here's the thing. He's interesting.
It's good, terrifying energy.
Good, terrifying energy. And with surprising body. That's also funny with JT that he surprisingly has a really good body. Okay, so now we go to Madison.
On their bodies, so have fun. Have fun with that.
Well, I do.
I'm a better person than you, so.
Yeah. I judge them in nice ways. I don't judge them if their body is bad, but if their body is good, I'm like, hey, good for you. So we now go to Madison's house, and she's doing her hair, and then Brett comes in with some champagne, and then she starts doing his hair, and he's like, no more champagne for breakfast once you get that baby in you, right? And she's like, I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait to have a little alpha inside. Can't do Madison's voice today. I apologize. Will not be happening. I'm going to stick in the Shep gravel
I'm super
voice.
excited for that. Oh, my God. Honestly, I'm scared. I'm going to get fat and pissed off.
And he's like, I don't care.
She's like, yeah. Oh, my God. I'm sick right now. Am I pregnant? It's the season finale. Hold on. Blah! Blah! I threw up right now. I was born for corn, but today, corn wasn't born for me.
She took her vitamins. That's what happened. But then it turned out that it was just corn kernels. So, and then we go to Patricia's house, and Patricia's like, she's in a wheelchair, and she's like, Whitney's gonna come up. Let's go over there. And so she's with Paul, her healthcare attendant.
Well, I'm a healthcare professional, and he does skincare, eyeliner, blush. He even clamps the jumper cables on Randy's nipples when they just get too heavy for these little tiny hands.
He can do anything. Wish I knew his name. So she's like, hey, person who's can I call you wheel roller? Hey, WR. Hey, can you tell Whitney to bring me peaches? So then Paul goes downstairs and tells Whitney, hey, your mom wants some peaches. This is a classic comedy of errors. Talk about Peaches the dog, guys.
When he's like, okay, Peaches, come on, Peaches, don't run. Peaches, don't run. And Peaches is just barking at him, running away, and then running in a circle, and then
Peaches
barking
does
at
not
him.
want to go up there. Peaches for you, Peaches for me, but Peaches not for Patricia.
Peaches is so sick of hearing how inferior Randy is. He can't fucking take another moment. So Whitney grabs another dog named Roy instead, and he goes upstairs.
The
and
alternative.
Unfortunately, I couldn't get Peaches, so I got the next best thing. Randy. No. Roy.
No, sorry, Mother. Unfortunately, an ironing board fell on top of Randy this morning, and he's been trying to figure out how to get out from underneath it. So it's been pretty funny. Haven't helped him. You want to go downstairs and see it? It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
So he tells her that tomorrow's the christening for the cottage, and he's doing an homage to the Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. And she's like, what kind of theme is that?
Oh, Mother, it's a softcore movie from the mid-'60s.
You're the only one who's going to know what that is.
Everyone knows who Russ Myers is. I'm sure like Olivia has like an entire like wall dedicated to him and his work.
Now listen, after a lot of work and money, Patricia's face does not move at all. But the soul in the eyes is there, and just the utter disappointment in this moment. She's just like, wow.
She's like, did you invite any young ladies who aren't working for you? And he's like, no, you can't rush things. You know, you got to find the right girls. I'm like, can't rush things. You're 54. I don't think that anyone would accuse you of rushing anything.
So he's like, I mean, look, it's easy for you to say because you'll just marry someone after a month. And she's like, well, having had 3 husbands, I don't know if that had any effect on his outlook on marriage, but I want him married now. I did it after a couple of minutes. I don't know why he can't.
You know, it's something to think about, Whitney, because, you know, when I kick the bucket, who's going to take care of you? Not Randy, that's for sure. He's stuck under an ironing board right now.
I'm going to depend on you to kick the bucket that I will on top of Randy's head every single day. That's how I want to live on. Just a new dong into the side of Randy's temple.
It was actually kind of a bittersweet, or not bittersweet, like a slightly melancholy moment, because she tells us, you know, that she wants Whitney to have a family, and he's an only child, and having his father passing away, then her going through this accident, it seems like life is slipping away, and like, it's interesting because it always seemed like, oh, she just wants to marry him off, but I can see that she's concerned that like he's gonna be just like alone in the world, and like all the people that are around him are totally incompetent. So, like, who will take care of him when he's old and needs to be taken care of?
Oh,
Serena
Jesus.
Altschul?
It's fucking someone you pay for, okay? Someone you don't have to pretend to fucking like. That's what I say. Here's who's going to take care of him. The remaining members of Renob, okay? And let's not diss that. That is valid. That is a valid existence.
Maybe it'll be, what's-her-face from season 1. Can't even remember her name. Not even worth it.
Yeah. It's not.
Becca.
So everyone gets ready, and we find out. Did we know this whole time that his cottage? Have we heard about this cottage? I don't think so.
Last week we did.
We did?
Last week he mentioned that the cottage was where Michael was living. And so now Whitney's taken it over, and he's renovated it and turned it into kind of his like bachelor pad. It's where he like lives, but it's also like a bar space. So he's like, this way I don't ever have to go out to bars in Charleston.
Oh, okay. So it's right at Patricia's house, this new cottage, and the party rentals are arriving and setting up and everything. And let's see, Paige and Craig are driving over, and Paige is like,
So why is this party in the 60s? Is that when Whitney was born? I don't get
it. Yeah, and then before that, they're getting dressed, and Craig is like, "Hey, Paige, are you gonna wear this green dress?" She's like, "Yes, Craig, of course, I'm gonna wear it. I bought it like 7 years ago, and I've been like waiting for some time. I was like, I'm gonna buy this dress because I know at some point in my life I'm gonna go to some stupid party in some stupid part of this country and have to wear it. And here it is. This is the moment, Craig."
And he's like, "Hey Siri, what year do you have to be born if you're currently 54 years old?" 1969. What an amazing job they've done with that little robot assistant. I mean, you can't even open the calendar. You don't even need to open the calendar anymore. I mean, the calculator on your phone anymore.
Can't you even just say? It's also he's asked it in such a strange way. Why doesn't he just say? What I mean. Can you say, "Hey Siri, what is 2023 minus 54?" You know?
Yeah, they've really improved that.
54 is 1,969.
Thank you.
Wait a minute.
Pleasure.
Oh, okay, that's enough.
Is that the year that we went to the moon? And he's like, why do you think we never went back?
Because it was fake, of course. I can't get Wi-Fi in certain areas in Charleston, but we went to the moon and streamed it to everyone. I don't think so.
So then, before that, then Erica and Whitney are Whitney's now in the backyard, and Erica, the party planner, is there, and she is like setting stuff up, and Whitney's being really awkward around her because it's like a lady, and so he's like, yeah, you look nice and everything. She's like, yeah, I like your jacket. And she's like, yeah, something casual for daytime, mother. And she's like, so are you wearing two types of glasses today? I mean, I don't know. What do you want me to say to you? Oh, yeah, these are non-prescription, and I have them in case I have to read my phone for something very, very important, you know. But it looks like the weather's going to stop in half an hour, so yeah. She's like, I know. Yeah, so the weather's going to stop. I know. It's like, wow, I can't believe this guy hasn't been able to find a girlfriend in all these years.
I know, it's crazy. He's like, it's going to rain. She's like,
I have tarps if I need them.
It's like, okay, are you sure?
Yeah.
Also, if you can't get your shit together by the time your mom's passed, I've just been asked to cover you in one. So pick your color.
So the tarps do come out because it starts pouring rain, and Paige gets out of the car, and she's like, good thing I wore rain boots because I'm a genius, unlike you, stupid idiot, Craig. Come on, hurry up. And they're just getting wet, and they're all arriving in the rain.
So Shep looks the part. He looks like a creepy, washed-up director.
I was like, I thought he looked good, actually. I thought the look worked for him.
Well, there you go. It's a creepy guy gonna come onto a bunch of like 20-year-old people who want to be actresses.
Yep.
So, yeah. And he's like, my name is Taylor. I'm from Dusseldorf. Oh, Taylor, it's a different country, stupid. I like art and fashion and new wave. Gosh.
And then it cuts to Taylor. Taylor's in glam with her roommate, Louise, who we haven't seen in like weeks and weeks and weeks. Louise must just hate Taylor. I just feel like Louise is only in it at this point to be invited to a party, and she finally got the invitation this time around. So Taylor's like, so the other day, Shep texted me and was like, we'll have a conversation at the party. And Louise is like, oh, really? Like, regarding what? Ugh.
She's like, really? I have no idea. But like, he's like, we're going to talk. Louise is like, I know it's like really difficult for you just being his friend, Taylor. I got it.
Yeah, well, our friendship has been confusing. Everyone's still like, he loves you. And Louise is like, well, I've always said it. Actually, I think what I've always said is, I'm sorry I wasn't listening. Could you say that again? I'm doing something just significantly more interesting than whatever you're talking about.
I've always said it because I'm extremely bored but too old for toys. He still loves you, Taylor. Now go run around in circles and put tracking devices on his car because honestly, it's hilarious.
I've got to get back to The Bachelor now. So Taylor's just saying that her interactions with Shep lately have been actually really good, and it looks like they've been able to have like a good friendship, and maybe there might still be something there. No, Taylor,
God, Taylor.
You left him for a reason. Like, yes, you guys have chemistry.
I don't think she left him.
Or
Didn't he break up with her?
Did he? I forget. Either way, he wasn't good for you, Taylor.
Yeah, I don't remember what happened there, but she still wants back in, and I don't know. It's just cringy. Please listen. You haven't done the right thing a whole lot this season, but I still want the best for you. Like, this is not it.
No,
this is not it.
Honestly, it really is not. So now we have Austen getting dressed, which is always exciting, and his sister Katie is there, and Katie's going to come with Austen to the party tonight, and Austin's just saying that he's really hoping that Olivia's going to apologize to him.
So he's a sociopath, right?
Yeah.
I know we're not supposed to say, like, guess people's whatever afflictions, mental afflictions, but at this point, I mean, come on. Like, how long do we have to watch this show before everyone just looks at each other and they're like, okay, he's a sociopath? Because who says that? You expect her to apologize to you? And then his sister laughs in his face and he's like annoyed at her. Like, yeah, I do expect it.
And then he's like, I can't walk on eggshells anymore around all these people. Oh, so he's the real victim in all this.
Oh my God, you're the egg breaker. You're an egg breaker, an omelet maker.
Yeah, just with your tongue alone. So now we're at the cottage, and so people are arriving. So Austen and Katie show up. Now this sums up Austen. I don't know if you noticed this. They show up. They both have like cases of trop hop. It's raining, and he just speeds up ahead of his sister. Did you notice he just leaves his sister in the dust? And he just walks in, and she just is like comes in behind. And I know that she's not like a date or anything, but I just think it's like if you were arriving at a party together with someone, that you just like walk ahead like that. I don't know. I just thought it just shows how self-involved, how classless he is, how like boorish he is. I just thought it was like so like I don't want to say ungentlemanly. It's not ungentlemanly. It's just like so obnoxious to do. You bring someone to a party and then you just go up ahead. There's a reason why Dorinda Medley got mad at Heather Thompson all those years ago, and it's for moments like these.
Yeah, and also nobody wants your trop slop. Get the fuck out of here. Stop trying to promote yourself at everybody else's thing. You're gross, okay? It's gross. So he's like, let's talk here.
By the way, I don't think he's trying.
When he's just like...
I don't think he's trying to promote himself. I think he's just trying to get rid of inventory at this point.
He's like, my parents won't keep this in their garage anymore. I said, ow.
Yeah, like gotta pawn it off.
So Shep sees Taylor talking to Craig, and Shep just keeps giving her these awkward looks, like awkward, angry looks. You know how Shep does when she talks to literally anybody else, and starts chugging down the brown liquor. And then he's like, hello, Louise? Hi, Louise. She's like, hello. And Taylor is, she's like, wow, I can tell Bailey's back in town, Shep, because you got a haircut.
I was like, wow, I forgot about Bailey. Invoking Bailey. Spoiler alert, on Southern Hospitality, we also had another flash from the past. The one and only Landon showed up. Oh. So it's real...
Just another mark on JT's card. JT's like, oh my God, one of my best friends.
I know. By the way, that was a everybody. You know what? That is an issue for me. That is an issue.
Don't sit here and try to tell me everything's okay with JT when he's bringing the dolphin.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, it always reminds me of how vast and wide the Southern Charm universe is. There's so many people in it, and most of them are awful. So Shep tells us, he's like, gosh, I might not be at this point in time to be able to have friendship with Taylor because this just is not working. I was like, oh, that means he found another girl. He's found another girl, so he's got to sever the friendship with Taylor.
Well, my guess is what he was doing this whole season was they put Taylor on the show, obviously, to have drama with him. And so he was like, okay, I'm just going to suck it up and kind of lead her on a little bit throughout the season so that it's like minimize the damage to me. And now that it's the season finale, he's like, okay, and now we're officially fucking done. So please get off of my show. But are they together again?
I don't know. But, we see a flashback to last week where Shep and Whitney had a conversation where Shep talked about how Taylor showed up unannounced at his house. And Shep was like there at his house with a couple of girls, and she just showed up. And he's starting to worry that like he's been leading her on. Which normally I'd be like, oh, you're so self-involved. But then we did just hear Taylor say, makes me think that there still might be something there because this friendship is going so well. So it's like, shut
yeah,
down.
JT
points.
and Taylor, you're both stalkers, and two stalkers can't make it together. You know what I mean? You need somebody to follow. It can't just be both of you. You can't be following each other. Like one stalker, you need to have like a stalker and a victim. You can't just have two stalkers.
Yeah. So Shep,
Lifetime.
Shep says he wants to draw some lines in the sand. So now Olivia and Leva show up, and Olivia, bless her heart, she doesn't know how to bring an umbrella through a gate. She's like, how do I do this? And she like lifts it super, super high to get it over. And Leva just like puts it sideways and goes through. And Olivia's like, oh yeah, I guess I could have done that.
And so she's like, honestly, it's like a relief to not have to act like I'm friends with Taylor. And Taylor sees her and she goes, well, I was hoping to make amends in Jamaica, but like, I literally did everything I could when I said Austen and Olivia never even dated and I regret nothing. So just can't do any more.
Yeah, Taylor, you got to work on that. So Austen's like, where's Olivia? And then there's more drinking. And then Madison and Brett show up. And Whitney's like, oh, you look like porno Jackie O. You get the reference? She's like, who's that? All his reference. I love it. I just waiting for his, like, he's going to be like, you look like a horny Patty Duke.
I would join you on that, but we pretty much reference Empty Nest and Sisters twice a week.
That is a full 20 years younger than Whitney's references. So, like, there is a statute of limitations. But
That's true. So Vanita comes with her boyfriend, and it's not that I have a problem with Manny. Okay, I really don't. Justice for Charles. What the hell? Charles had a whole arc this season. He tried on sweaters. And now guess what? It's the season finale and I don't get Charles in a sweater. Like, did you ask Charles what to wear tonight? Because I wouldn't know it from watching this show. Justice for Charles.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I was pretty happy to have a Charles free episode, to be honest. So then not to like know about you, but you know, it's hard for me to really rally for Charles. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Charles is only wearing those sweaters to be on this TV show.
Charles is only Vanita's friend to be on this TV show. So he's just a user, just like the rest of them.
So, yeah, so then there's more hugs and kisses, and then Rod and JT show up, and, you know, JT, of course, is like, hey, Taylor, you're cold? Do you want my vest to warm up? You need this? That'd be nice, right? Do you love me now?
He's like, I'm a gentleman from the 60s. She's like, no, it's okay. And then Shep is looking at them funny. And then Austen's looking at them funny. And then Austin's doing his lip lick thing. Yeah. And then Madison goes up to say hi to Patricia and her gigantic iPad. And she's like,
You look fabulous, Miss Patricia.
she's like, I didn't know you were doing pink today, but I'm in pink too. Look at your boobies. I've never seen them so contained. Those boobies are more contained than Randy in the back of my trunk at the moment. Hold on. Let's baby cam Randy. Randy, you okay down there?
Please. I'll do whatever you want. Please.
LOL, Randy.
I like that Madison forces Brett to like come join and like pour them champagne and then walk away because she goes, Brett, let's go. She's like, they're just like talking. She just barks at him, says, better come this way. So,
Well, she tells him,
Go get us some cute glasses because those are her favorite glasses.
and then he comes up. Were those coupe glasses?
I think they were. They were more like,
they were just a different shaped coupe glass? They looked like flattened martini glasses.
I agree. I agree. They were not.
I don't know. I don't have the breeding to know if those
They
were
were
cute
like-
glasses or not.
They were like a play on cute glasses. I'm sure Miss Patricia, the art history major that she is, would say these were actually from the Bauhaus movement at that time. The brutalist artists did not like curves. They wanted everything to be straight lines and angled, and that's why Mies van der Rohe, he built that building in Chicago so that would reflect the edifice of a coupe, a modern Bauhaus coupe.
You sure said my name a lot tonight, Miss Patricia. Oh, God, call the police. It's the ginger gay back from the dead. Hopefully everybody at this party has been escorted by someone of the opposite sex.
Just the way it was always intended to be in Charleston, where I'm not from.
Oh, Cooper, the original gay of Southern Charm.
We
really need some updates on Cooper. I think that they should bring Cooper back. You know, like how they brought Naomi back just for a little bit. Just bring him back for a season. Let's see.
He's probably coaching pageants somewhere and being like, oh, well, I'm sorry, I will not. I have to leave this practice right now because my wife needs me. Excuse me. And I am married. You just haven't seen her yet. She's been in Europe.
So Madison is talking about having a baby with Patricia, and she's like, well, last time you had a baby, as I recall, you were gone for 3 months. And she's like, yeah, because I broke my pelvis and I was on bed rest. And Patricia just looks at her like, this hair ain't gonna comb itself, you little bitch. No babies for you.
You know, that's what I think about. Whitney is an only child, and when I kick the bucket, he doesn't have cousins. And Madison's like, well, you're not going to kick the bucket. I'm sorry, I meant when I kick Randy. You know, he doesn't have any cousins that he can, have circle around and watch. It's just him watching.
Hello there. This is a 2-part recap, okay? This is the end of part 1. So thank you so much for listening to this. Just come back a little later for part 2.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
Stroll in the park with Caitlin Clark.
She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Itchels. Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas.
She's never scary, it's the Green Fairy.
Jamie, she has no last namey.
Hava Nagila Weber. Know Your Worth with Jason Kurth.
She's the wind beneath our Jennifer Wing.
Sip some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's always supplying, it's Kelly Ryan.
Kristen the Piston Anderson. Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
The Bay Area Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall.
She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch.
She's a little bit loony. Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo.
We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender. We want to hang with Liz Lang. The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
Give him hell, Miss Noel.
She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She's quite the catch. It's Victoria Cotchett.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.
Hey, Prime members, you can listen to Watch What Crappens ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the Amazon Music app today. Or you can listen ad-free with Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts. Before you go, tell us about yourself by completing a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.